Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a full face of Miss A or Shop Miss A. Everything is cruelty free and $1 or less. It just depends on what you're getting. There is stuff for more. It's usually like a bigger pack of like sponges or something. But I've tried a few things from Shop Miss A and so far I've loved pretty much all of it. So I thought it would be fun to get a full face of things to try out for a video. The only things I think I didn't pick up was mascara, brow gel, and like contour bronzer, but I still came out with a cute look. First, we're going to be starting with the AOA Venetian Romance Creamy Eyeshadow. I would say this is like super reminiscent of ColourPop. It's same component and same exact texture, and the shade that I have is Petticoat, which is like a nice kind of like rose gold but more on the bronzy side of the palette. These are, like I said, very similar to ColourPop but even cheaper than ColourPop, so if you were interested in those, these would definitely work just the same and you would save a heck a lot more money because they're only $1.88 each. I also picked up this 2-pack of brushes, the AOA F8 and E108 Ultraviolet Brush Duo. They're both pointed brushes and one is a little bit more precise. You can use these for anything. I definitely had more fun with the little brush here. I will definitely be using this again. The other one was a little scratchy at first, and that's the bigger one that I use on the face. I feel like once I wash it and use it more, I'll like that brush more. But for $2 for 2 brushes, that's pretty good. Next is the one that is probably the most disappointing for me. It is the AOA Cosmic Cowgirl Matte Eyeliner for $1.55. The packaging is stunning, and that really is what drew me in, especially that font on the packaging. It's my favorite kind of font. It says it's waterproof, matte black eyeliner with a fine tip brush to create crisp lines, graphic or smoky looks. It says it's smudge resistant, long wearing, matte finish, waterproof formula. It definitely is matte, but as you can tell, it's not like the most opaque black I've ever used, and it was kind of difficult to use. I'm definitely gonna keep trying it to make it work, but my first impression was not good because, as you know, I love a good black cat wing, and like it was like transferring onto my eyelid and doing that thing I hate, and it was kind of streaky and not like the most like black pigment. You could still see like the brush marks. Maybe I need to shake the product more, but for $1.55, that is a good price if you need an eyeliner, but there's so many better ones out there, so I would definitely say skip it. I ended up having to go in with my Lisa Eldridge eyeliner just to save the day because it was just struggle city, so I would say that's a big old no for me. Next is the A Easy Brow Styler in dark brown. I had hope for this. I do like the little end with the little brush. It feels like I'm brushing my brows with a toothbrush. I will definitely use that again. I think maybe I just need more practice with these. I'm definitely more of a micro tip eyebrow pencil kind of girl. This is the triangle type, so it's a little bit more on the thick side, so it's a little bit harder to do. The shade dark brown is a little warm for me, I would say. It's definitely doable, but towards the front you could just tell more that it was a little too warm, and because that end was so chunky, it was a little hard to create little strokes. Maybe I just need more practice with that style of brow pencil, but again, there's just so many other ones out there, and maybe there's more on a Miss A that have the micro tip. I would say go for that one more if you're like a beginner, and I wouldn't even say I'm a beginner. I struggled with this. I was not loving it. Another product I would definitely say find a different one. This one is just not it for me. Next, one of my faves place to get lashes to is Shop Miss A. Obviously, it's another OA brand. It's the Papa 3D Faux Mink lashes in the style Jackie. Super feathery, very eye-opening. And the Papa logo, that means that they're donating to charity and helps support animals. wrinkles, which I think is really cute. And you don't see a lot of brands doing that. Next is a primer, and I went in with the AOA Filter Free Face Primer. Their product that is $1.55. It says it's supposed to be lightweight, smoothing, and minimize pores. I wouldn't say this does a lot for your pores. If you want like a really pore smoothing primer, I would look at e.l.f. over this. Maybe there's other ones from Miss A that are a little bit more smoothing and pore filling, but this one really didn't do much for me. It does feel nice on the skin and very hydrating, and it did make my foundation like apply really well underneath over it, so that is something. But again, you're getting it to fill your pores in. It's just not going to do that for you. I'm going to say it, the AOA Studio Luminous Skin Veil in the shade L3 is the hero product of this whole video. And I also used the mini Pawpaw blender. I accidentally got the mini one. That's like the under eye concealer one, but it still worked to apply my foundation. I've used the actual original one before for the face, and it's just as good as the little one. It is $1.88 with only 6 shades. I think is a little insane. But it's supposed to be moisturizing, custom coverage, and natural finish. It says, customize your glowiness, a moisturizing BB cream for a sheer perfecting skin veil, or build it up for a dewy coverage. I would definitely say this is very skin-like, but it really did even out my complexion in the best way. It applied well over my nose, which is always a sign if it's going to be a good foundation, but you can see how much the redness has died down. It's juicified my skin, covered those blemishes, and just overall made my skin look a lot fresher and less irritated. I did go ahead and take another pump and take it over all the areas I had a little bit more acne going on, and it did, like it said, build coverage, and I'll cover those up. I will say at the end of the day, I was very glowy. Not in a bad way. I thought I looked like nice and dewy, but it did say it was hyaluronic acid, so it is a very juicy skin veil. We will be using this again, either paired with a foundation or kind of used as like, I feel like it's kind of like the Charlotte Tilbury thing, but more just like without the shimmer. We did take that AOA Studio High Def brush, the FA, the bigger one. It's kind of like a pointed paddle brush, and we took the AOA Soft Touch Blurring Powder Foundation in the shade Light Lavender. I wouldn't say it's like super lavender. When I put it on there, you can see more of that tone. I feel like this was not the brush to do it. I was struggling with it because it was a little spiky feeling. Like I said, I think I just needed to give it a good wash, condition to like really soften up those bristles. But I was super impressed with this powder. It really blurred out the skin and also really brightened up the under eye. I am definitely going to keep using this. It's definitely going to be in my top beauty drawer. Again, it is only $1.55, so you really can't beat that. And this one does have a bunch of shades. Did end up switching to one of my e.l.f. Pro brushes and to buff it all over the face. I just had a better application with that. The other one was just not doing it for me. But like I said, it's super blurring and it filled in my pores where that filter primer didn't. I did have to respray my face after this because, again, some reason anytime I go to use a cream blush, I forget to not powder my face first. But spraying it with a setting spray does help. I bought the 4-pack of the Blush Gel Liquid Blushes, and they look like little nail polishes, and they apply like little nail polishes. The shades are Cumulus, Stratus, Nimbo, and Alto, which I believe are the name of Cloud. You can buy them individually, or you can do a bundle where it saves you 5%. They are a lightweight liquid gel type blush. Gives the most natural glow from within. You just gently dab the blush into the cheeks and blend it out with fingers or a sponge. The shade I went in with today was Cumulus, which is like a very coral color. I feel like it's like the most natural, like flushed color. Like when you're outside running or it's really warm outside, that's the color it gives me. And I was really impressed with these. A little does go a long way, but you can blend them out really nicely. I was able to build them up without them getting patchy, which is nice. Next, we're going to be highlighting with the AOA Pawpaw Glow Within Illuminating Powder in the shade Wish on a Star, which is definitely more of your traditional like bright highlight iridescent glow, very champagne, but it has little pops of purple in there, which I thought was nice. I don't think it does too much. I just feel like it kind of cools down the color just a little bit, so it's not so gold. These are like those highlighters, kind of like the Flower Nose Beauty, where they're really soft and pearlescent without being glittery. I feel like these are kind of a dupe for those, but obviously the packaging, all of that isn't as good as Flower Nose Beauty, but they are similar. I'll be swatching all of the lip products I got. First is the AOA Cowgirl lip glosses. They either have matte versions or a glossy version, and I mainly got the matte ones, but the first one I am doing, which is the glossy version, is the shade Moon Rock, and it's like a nice like cherry red. I feel like this is like perfect for like a no fuss lip. It just reminds me of a stain. Next is Galaxy, which is like a warm toned brown. Then there is Deputy, which is like a nice coral. And then the last and most brightest one is Comet, which is like a bright flamingo pink. And I did do a test after it dried down, and it is transfer proof. We have the distinct core memory scent of Hubba Bubba Gum, if you know what I'm talking about. Next is the Mood Glow color changing lip oil in the shade Bubbly Rose. It's like those pH lip oils. It has the distinct rose scent, which is not my favorite, but it doesn't linger around, just in case you're sensitive to smells. The Hubba Bubba Gum one is much better. I couldn't believe it. I have not ever smelled a lip product that smells like that. Next is the Magic Girl Iridescent Lip Gloss in the shade Koneko. I hope that's how you say it. Like it states, it is a iridescent lip gloss. It has like that purple pink lip, but with like a coral base. It's really nice. And this one just smells like cupcakes. Next is the AOA Cosmic Cowgirl Glitter Lip Glosses in the shade Wild West, which is the pink sparkly one. And then the other one is Showdown, which is like the more gold sparkly one. I'd say go for the pink one over the gold one. The gold one isn't as noticeable, but they are nice glosses without being sticky. And I would say these are unscented. I can't detect anything. More from this Cosmic Cowgirl line. I got 4 of the lip liners, and I got the shade Light Year, which is kind of like a mauvey brown. Moon Shoes, which is like more of a red based pink. Horseshoe, which is like a nice traditional brown color, which I'm using right here. And then the other color is Fringe, which is like a rose toned pink. These are very creamy and glidey. I would say they're nice, but they're not like my favorite lip liners on the planet. And it does have like a little lip liner brush on the end, which is very helpful if you want to like blend out your lipstick or your lip liner with it. It's nice on the go little brush. And then I just topped it with the brown matte Cosmic Cowgirl shade in Galaxy, and then I took the Magic Girl lip gloss, the iridescent one, to finish off the lips. I think this turned out pretty good for having quite a few duds in the lineup of this Miss A dollar makeup haul, but I highly suggest you check out the website. There's more than just makeup. There's skincare, pimple patches, hair care, like home stuff. I feel like the perfect place to like spoil your mom on Mother's Day, or get your friend a gift, or stocking stuffers for that beauty girl or boy lover. But I hope you enjoyed this little haul and review video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Bye!